Hello students, today we are going to discuss your worksheet number 29 for the class 10th. In this worksheet, as we were discussing different life processes and we have discussed circulatory and transportation system, in this we will discuss this transportation system in case of plants. Now plants require so many things like the different nutrients, different minerals like phosphorus, nitrogen, etc. And all these are present in the soil. So this are taken by the absorption of these substances through the soil by the roots. Okay, so if the distance between the roots and leaves is small, this can be easily transferred by the process which is known as diffusion. But if the distance become larger, then this diffusion process is not sufficient and a proper system of transportation is required, and that is by including xylem and phloem. So in this we will discuss how this xylem and phloem are helping in the transportation of different minerals, water and the food. Now plants do not have a plant bodies generally have a large portion of dead cells, so the amount of energy required by plant is very much less, so they can have a relatively slower system of transportation system as compared to human beings or animals. Now let's see. Now in this transportation system, you can say here two processes are there. One is transpiration. It is the process of loss of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. You can see from this aerial part means generally leaves. So this loss of water from aerial parts makes a pressure, suction pressure, which helps the rise of this root water in the upward direction. Okay, so this absorption of upward movement of water and minerals dissolved in it from roots to leaves, it helps in the temperature regulation also in plants, this transpiration. And the effect of root pressure in transport of water is more important at night. During day, when the stomata are open, the transpiration pulls become the major driving force. So in the night time, when the transpiration process is not occurring fast because transpiration requires the sun's energy, so that time in the night the root pressure is helping it is forcing the water upwards. In this process no energy is required. This is very important. Transpiration is occurring without energy. Translocation is another method in which the transportation of food is done from the leaves, which are known as food factory, to the different parts of the plants, and this requires the ATP during translocation. Next is the types of plants in the transport system. You can see there are different types of complex tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem, which moves water and minerals obtained from the soil to the upward part, and phloem transport food from the leaves to the different parts. So you can see there are four types of cells which are present in xylem. Out of these four types, only xylem parenchyma are living cell, other three are dead cells. And in case of phloem, only out of four cells, only phloem fibers are dead and three are living. So what is this doing? Xylem is transporting water and minerals and phloem is transporting food. Xylem requires no energy for this and phloem requires energy for the transportation. In xylem case, the movement is only in one direction, that is upward, while in case of phloem the movement can be upward, downward or in any form. So you have to remember these things, how this transportation is occurring. Now let's see the question answers. What are the components of transport system in highly organized plants? You will see the answer in the next slide. How are water and mineral transported in plants, and how is food transported in plants? So all the three questions answer will be on the next slide. The xylem in plants are responsible for transport of what? It is for water. And this difference between the transport of minerals in xylem and phloem you can see from the slide. So let's see. First, the transport system in plants are the xylem and phloem. Xylem transport water and minerals, and it is made up of tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma fiber, while phloem transport food, and it is made up of sieve tube companion. So this is your answer number 1. Then answer number 2, in plants mineral and water are transported through xylem cells from soil to leaves, and the xylem cells of the stem, roots and leaves are interconnected, forming a conducting channel reaching all plant parts. Thus there is a continuous water movement into the xylem. Then answer 3, phloem helps in translocation of food materials from the leaves to the parts of the plant. Phloem transport food in both direction, upward and downward, and ATP is required in this. So and this is the last, transport of material in xylem and transport of material in phloem. So all the questions has been answered. You can easily write the answers of this. Thanks for watching.